Hello, this is Ginny Brant with Unleash Your God-Given Healing with Lifestyle Changes. And today we're going to talk about 10 things that cause mitochondrial dysfunction. You may never have heard of that word before, but mitochondrial dysfunction or the mitochondria are buzzwords in the medical field today, which are driving lots of research. Mitochondria are the power stations or battery packs of the cell that convert nutrients into energy. These battery packs are essential to the health of each cell and to every one of your organs and tissue health as well. And we all know what happens when the batteries in any of our flashlights or electronics are too low. They simply run slowly or can't do anything. Your mitochondria play a key role in the aging process as well as most age-related diseases. They are vital to all health and regulate how nutrients get into the cell and your energy levels. They also play an important role in your immune function. Dr. Robert Elliot, the oncologist, surgeon, and medical researcher who wrote the foreword and commentary throughout my book, Unleash Your God-Given Healing, first introduced me to the importance of the vitality of our mitochondria. He always told me, when it comes to cancer, ALS, and many chronic diseases, it's all about the mitochondria. You see, he was on the cutting edge of research to reverse ALS disease in its beginning stages, as well as owning many cancer patents and much cancer research to his name. Mitochondria are sensitive to damage. When not working properly, you can develop, as we've just said, many health issues. Mitochondrial dysfunction has been linked to fatigue. Anybody out there with that? Cognitive decline, diabetes, heart disease, respiratory issues, fibromyalgia, cancer, and even autism. Your mitochondria generate 90% of your cell's energy in the form of ATP. Your mitochondria are also responsible for cellular respiration, which is when your lungs breathe in oxygen and then the lungs transfer it into your cells. When the mitochondria use up oxygen in your cells, carbon dioxide is released when you exhale. Your mitochondria also play an important role in programmed cell death and metabolic function, among many other functions. So today, now that you understand what the mitochondria are, we're going to look at 10 things that cause mitochondrial dysfunction, because this in and of itself, as you've seen, is a major driver of disease in our country. And next time, we'll look at 10 things that actually boost your mitochondria and thereby improve your health and longevity. Now, the first two I'm going to talk about today are things we unfortunately have no control over, but let me address them first. Number one is simple: aging. As we age, mitochondria accumulate oxidative damage and they lose efficiency, and this contributes to age-related diseases. Now, we know that we can't control aging, but we can implement a healthy lifestyle which can turn back our biological clock. What do I mean by this? It means that while my chronological age might be 65, if I practice a healthy lifestyle, my body's actual age may be more like 55. My video on how to turn back your biological clock will be referenced in the show notes below. Then there's number two, genetic mutations or inherited genetic conditions. Yes, sometimes mitochondrial dysfunction can be traced to one or both genes from parents being mutated in some way. Some mutations may even be random and not inherited. But whatever the cause, again, practicing a healthy lifestyle can improve your prognosis. Now let's look at the causes that we actually can control, because there are 8 of them. Number 3 is exposure to toxins. Boy, do we know our world is filled with nearly 80,000 toxins in this day. I learned that the hard way in the cancer journey when my toxic levels were literally off the charts. In a previous video, I showed you the up to 75 toxins that an average woman is exposed to in just one day. That video is called A Woman's Toxic Exposure in Just One Day. And then in another video, I showed you how to reduce your toxic exposure in just one day by changing what you do. These videos will be referenced in the show notes below, and they are not to be missed. If you're concerned about mitochondrial dysfunction, you're going to want to watch these, because we can lower our toxic load by eating organic as much as possible and by changing the personal care and cleaning products we use on a daily basis. Now that you know the energy of the battery pack of your cells can be impacted by exposure to too many toxins, you have no choice but to reduce your toxic exposure. Number 4, chronic infections. Now, by this I mean any chronic infection, bacteria, virus, fungi, or parasites. Chronic infections can lead to oxidative stress and a compromised immune system. But they are also linked to mitochondrial dysfunction and autoimmune disorders. Some examples are Epstein-Barr virus, HIV, hepatitis, herpes, candida, and even long-haul COVID-19, just to mention a few. Viral and bacterial infections can actually invade our mitochondria and cause damage. If you are suffering with one of these issues or infections, seek the help of a medical professional, because these distract your immune system and damage your mitochondria. Number 5, eating a highly processed, low-nutrient diet. You see, your body uses oxygen to metabolize food in the mitochondria. It's important to eat a balanced diet, including all the nutrients needed and loaded with antioxidants. This helps to avoid mitochondrial damage. Unfortunately, the average American eats a highly inflammatory and processed diet, void of nutrients and loaded with junk calories. We tend to eat the opposite, as I've mentioned many times before, of how we should eat, and we are paying for it with the highest rates of chronic diseases in the world. So what can we do? Well, this is what we do. We beg our doctors to bail us out with drugs. And speaking of drugs, number 6, drugs and medications have an impact on the mitochondria. Certain drugs such as antibiotics, statins, antipsychotic drugs, anti-cancer drugs are among the medications with the most mitochondrial damaging effects as a side effect. This is why it's best to cure your health issues with lifestyle and only use medications when absolutely necessary. Number 7, alcohol, illegal drugs, and cigarettes. Alcohol is toxic to your mitochondria, and so is illegal drugs such as cocaine and heroin, and smoking cigarettes. So drinking alcohol, using illegal drugs, and smoking can damage your mitochondria, which is probably one of the reasons smoking and drinking alcohol are in the top risk factors for every cancer. Something to think about. Number 8, metabolic disorders. Conditions like obesity, which impacts 1/3 of Americans, diabetes, and metabolic syndrome can increase oxidative stress and mitochondrial dysfunction. So I've just given you the motivation to lose that excess weight and keep your blood sugar balanced because it's important for your mitochondria. According to the CDC, nearly 12% of the American population have diabetes, and those with type 2 diabetes can often control it with diet and lifestyle. Check with your doctor about how you can do this, and if you have type 1 diabetes, work with your doctor to make sure it's controlled with the many different patents and inventions today. It's amazing. Number 9, sleep deprivation. Our bodies heal and repair during deep sleep. It's when our cells rebuild and repair, and that includes your mitochondria. We must realize that chronic sleep deprivation over time damages many things down to the energy of our cells. It also suppresses our God-given immune system, which stands between us and all diseases. According to the Cleveland Clinic, not getting enough sleep and chronic stress can make your mitochondria weaker. But the cure can be as close as your own pillow. Last but not least, the sedentary lifestyle. Our bodies were made, as I just mentioned, to move during the day and to recover during deep sleep at night. However, with all of our inventions, we can easily become a couch potato who slides into the sedentary lifestyle. Don't let it happen. Trust me. The sedentary lifestyle is now called the new smoking by many medical professionals because it's a risk factor for many diseases, again, including cancer. And one of the best ways to boost your mitochondria is by exercising on a regular basis. Remember, movement is key to a healthy lifestyle, and it's key to boosting your mitochondria. Does it surprise you to learn that many of the risk factors for mitochondrial dysfunction are also the same risk factors for heart disease, cognitive issues, cancer, and many chronic diseases? This takes me back to Dr. Elliot and what he taught me, that it's all about the mitochondria, because it is. If we can keep them vibrant while practicing a healthy lifestyle, we can increase longevity and prevent many chronic diseases. So please stay tuned, because next week I'll give you research-backed ways of boosting your mitochondria. Yes, there's something you can do about it. And the next week after that, we'll look at how this relates to cancer prevention, getting through the cancer journey and preventing its recurrence. I hope this information has been helpful to you. I hope that you will subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this video. There are so many people out there with chronic diseases that need to understand mitochondrial dysfunction and what they can do about it. I hope that you will continue to listen to these videos the next week and the next week, so you can put the whole mitochondrial dysfunction issue together, and you can learn what you can do to enhance your mitochondrial and thereby enhancing your health. So until next time, here's to your good health, and may God bless.